So let's look at the reason that I prefer open, high, lows, closed candles as opposed to traditional candlesticks, right? So a traditional candlestick has 8 pieces of information. So that's a Japanese candlestick. The thing about it, so it has a fat body, right? So there's a solid color in the body and the wicks are just lines, right? So there's it has a lot of information. So if you're looking at chart here, so if you want to count the bars, so that's about 60 bars there. So that's like 480 pieces of information right there. So just so you guys know, so if you are looking at a chart and you have hundreds and hundreds of pieces of information at you, right? I don't know about you, but that's a little bit tiring, especially when you look at a chart for over an hour a day. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a couple things. So let's switch to bars, right? Okay, so same idea. We have less information, right? So we have each bar, right? So that would be the open right there, and then that's the low, that's the high, and then that's the close. So I'm going to tell you right now, the close is the most important thing, right? The open, not so much, right? Now, understanding that this is the foreign exchange market and I'm looking at a commodity, which is gold against the US dollar. So yes, the open has some merit, but this isn't common stock either, right? So different market, doesn't gap as much, but it still does a little bit, right? So, but if you're trading on the day and you're like, okay, what's important, right? So buyers and seller came in. So how did the trade go? Like when the day closes, well, it's the close, right? So what I'm going to say next is that there's a hidden pivot point in every single bar, right? So okay, my hidden pivot point for this bar, draw my arrow again, okay, it's somewhere in the range right here. Okay, I don't know where it is exactly, but you can get a pretty good idea, and you can go bar by bar by bar, right? So here we go, right? What's wrong with this bar? Well, you see how the open and the close is at the same level? So I know that somebody was watching this level, right? Right about here, right? I can go, bar by bar. Okay, well, the next one, same thing, right? So when I see all these wicks and this price action, and I know like these 2 wicks here, like this one and this one, okay, I know there's going to be a lot of volume in the future there, right? So that would lead me to the conclusion that, hey, somebody's interested in this pivot point right here, right? But what I'm illustrating is that you switch back to Japanese candlesticks, it's much harder to see, right? Just graphically, because they're fat, right? So, like, this is the only way I look at a chart now, like, unless I'm looking at like a TPO chart or a point and figure chart. And, a lot of people do use Japanese candlesticks, but if you look at basically Richard Wyckoff, right? If he wasn't looking at a point and figure chart, all his followers basically use bar charts, right? So vertical bar. Now, technically, a bar chart does not have an open, but if we got the button here that says bars, I'm going to use it, right? So now you can get different softwares that don't have the open, but to me, it's too much trouble, and I just use bars, right? So, but there's a lot more information that's plainly available to you, and there's also other schools of thought, like, so I have Keller, right? So So the thing about having color on your bars is that it may give you a preconceived bias, right? So if you have a bearish bar, why would it be red? Why wouldn't it be black or blue, right? Like, because it, like some traders, they have only black and white bars. That's it, right? Now myself, because I look at TPO charts so much, I don't really look at the even bar charts on TradingView as often, right? Like maybe for like 20 minutes a day, and that's really about it, right? So hope that gives you guys some insight as to in each bar you have actually quite a bit of useful information as opposed to looking at more information that may or may not confuse you.